We need people with whom we can be courageously vulnerable. And that is really hard to do. Because what we often think is, if I share this thing that's in here that's hidden, that I know about, that maybe my spouse knows about, if I share that thing, they're gonna reject me. So I'm just gonna keep that thing tucked away in here where nobody else can see it. And so what we've done is, we've somehow in our lives drawn this line, that the bridge we call the line of shame, that under the line of shame, those are things that you're not gonna share with anybody. And so we spend most of our lives living above the line of shame, where we talk about things that we're willing to talk about. You might even put some sin in that category. What do you struggle with? Well, I really struggle with anger, or I really struggle with workaholism. Those are almost like acceptable sins, right? But there's deeper sins that we struggle with, that all of us have in our lives, that we wrestle with from time to time, if we're honest, that are tucked away in the dark corners of our hearts. And we don't want to go below the line of shame and bring those things into the light. And so, like a fungus, they keep growing. And if we want those things to die, then we got to bring those things into the light. And so it requires a courageous vulnerability. You and I are going to have to express courageous vulnerability and have a group of people who can provide the correction that community provides in our life, with whom we are willing to go below the line of shame. And you might look at that and you go, I can't do that. The great news of the gospel is that the gospel frees you to be able to do that. Because what Jesus did on the cross, Romans 5:8 says, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Right? At our worst, Jesus looked at us and he said, I don't reject you. In fact, I'm gonna go to the cross to be rejected so that I can accept you. That's the beauty of the gospel. And listen, when you allow that to wash over your life and you really believe that and feel that in your heart, what happens is then it frees you up to not have to look into the eyes of other people for acceptance. You already have it through Jesus and what he did on the cross. And so the gospel then frees you to be able to go below the line of shame and be courageously vulnerable.